you need to have an email sign-up form, preferably several of them on your website so that you can keep in touch and build relationships with your prospects. Sean has one that does very well on Miles Your Time, and it is a pop-up.
It's actually, there's a pop-up form, and then there is a couple different options scattered throughout the website for people to then just click and do it that way as well. So it all goes to the same place as far as collecting their email, but it definitely gives them a lot of opportunities to do it. No, the pop-up is a huge one because it's like right in your face. It's like, if you care at all, put your email in there and you'll know more later.
And you said once you actually activated that pop-up, you got a lot more signups for the website, right?
Absolutely, because just like, in the other episode we were talking about how people can't find the exit of the museum, it's the same thing on the website. You think because it's yours, they're gonna see everything it is that you have to offer. But the reality is, they have tunnel vision. They are looking for something very specific, and if they're not seeing it, they're not seeing the other stuff. So the pop-up puts it right there and in their face, and they can do it or they can close it out. But if all you had was just something on the side that said sign up for my newsletter, and that's it, like, you're almost guaranteed to get minimal if not anybody to go and do that.
And you need to offer your prospects, people, your visitors to your website, a sign up, and you need to be able to email them. I was super bummed. I found we were watching some art TV show, and there was an artist on there that I thought was super amazing. And so I remembered what her name was, and I went and searched her because her art is like exactly what I'm totally into. And I went to her website, and she doesn't really do social media. She has an Instagram page, and she's made like 5 posts like 2-3 years ago, so I can't really follow her there. I don't really want to forget about her. There was no email sign up on anything. I'm gonna forget what her name is, and there might be some time that I wanted to buy something, or I wanted to know more or see what she's no way for me to keep in touch.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah. So you really need to think about that kind of thing. And so people want to stay in touch with you, and maybe now is just not the right time for them to buy. So you have to allow them these opportunities to stay in touch with you. And some people just don't really want to do it through social media. Plus, social media drowns out so much. You got so much going on. I mean, when you're competing against politics and cat videos, there's not a lot that people might actually see what you have going on. You have to allow them to connect through email with you.
One of the easiest ways to get it with that pop-up, if your business is the type of business that it makes sense, 10% off, $1 off, whatever the case may be, but give them something in exchange for that email, and you'll get them.
So just, you're exchanging something of value for the email. And, with the pop-up, you might think, well, that's very difficult to do. So we use Kartra for our email sign-up, which makes it super easy that we, set up a form in Kartra, which again, takes a couple of clicks to do. And then it actually gives us code that we just put on the website in one little spot, and then it just pops up. It's not like it's difficult to do. So maybe 5 years ago, it might have been hard or expensive, or you might have had to get a designer or some website developer. That's not how things are anymore. Anybody can have a website pop up on their website, no matter what kind of builder or what kind of, how your website is built, or, it's not a problem anymore. There are ways for you to do it super duper simple. And then when people sign up, that name and that email address goes right into your email service provider, which again, like I said, we use Kartra, and then you can send emails to them directly from there. And it makes it super easy.
See, and some people might think, well, I don't want to be intrusive and, be annoying, right? Have that pop-up thing. There's ways, for Miles Your Time, it pops up immediately because it makes sense for Miles Your Time to be like that. But maybe you've got a business that you don't want it to pop up immediately. So you have it so that it can actually tell when you're about to close the tab or the browser or whatever, and then it pops up, hey, before you go, here's 10% off or whatever the case may be. So now they were leaving already, but you're going to be like that one last, do you really want to go? Because, I got something for you. So, and then it's not intrusive at all because they're going to close it anyways, like they were going to do, or maybe you got them, and that's a win.
Wish that artist would have had that. I would have signed up. She could have emailed me and I would have bought all kinds of stuff from her.
I actually wait for them. If I'm in some sort of online store to buy something, I wait for the pop-up. You know, I like, give me that pop-up because I know there's going to be some sort of percentage off.
Right.
And I'm waiting for that before I make an order.
Before you leave, I'll give you 25% off if you buy. Yeah.
Yep.
It works. And that's the thing, is that the reason people do it is because it works. So stop thinking that like it's intrusive or it's not nice, or it works. People sign up through pop-ups.
I actually just gave my email to a company that they make these really cool wood phone cases. And I was looking for a case for the computer. They don't make one for the computer, but I gave them my email, and I've actually talked to them back and forth on social media a couple times, being like, you know, any plans to make a MacBook Pro case? And they're like, oh, not at the moment, but we'll take it to our team, and you know, who knows what they're actually going to do with that. It doesn't really matter. But I did wind up getting a percentage off that if I wanted to buy a case for the phone. And then they had actually a competition for some other cube art type thing with wood and resin and all this kind of stuff. And yeah, I mean, why not? I did it. Because if anything, if they do wind up coming out with something that I want in the future, because they're really cool, we just don't need a phone case right now. But if I didn't give my email and then they didn't reach out to me every so, I would completely forget about them.
Well, and you know, Sean was like, "I'll get you one of these." He was looking for my newer computer so that we could have a case on it. I like my phone case right now. Like, I'm like, I don't really need to buy one, but when we go to the next phone, like, yes, that is absolutely what I want. So yes, we need to sign up for it. We need to follow them somewhere. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, what are you going to have? Like a list of things, like when I get a phone case, and write it down. Like, that email is so important. And
I think that a lot of businesses, I think subconsciously they know that not everyone's ready to buy right now, but they're so caught up on sell that all they want are their customers to buy right now. When in reality, you gotta stop thinking that way and turn to a nurturer. Like, you want to nurture these people until they're ready to buy. Because if they were ever going to be a customer of yours, you nurturing them will ensure that they do buy from you eventually. But if you don't nurture them,
don't give them an opportunity to be nurtured,
they're gone. You know, and if you're like, they either buy now or they're gone, you know, your pool of customers is shrunk drastically. Where again, if you nurture them, that pool of potential customers is massive. You actually have no idea how big it is, because it could take, you know, a day, a week, a couple months. It could take them years before they ever buy from you, especially depending on what your price point is. You know, realtors, you know, I'm not ready to buy a house right now, but if this realtor's got this brand and I'm like, oh man, when we are ready, they're my realtor. Mm-hmm. They're gonna make a shit ton of money off of us when we're ready, but we're not ready yet. You know, and they're not losing anything. They're nurturing us.
Yeah, building a relationship with your prospects is super important. And you're right. I think people focus on, like, they want the sale right now. But, and I don't remember exactly what the statistic is, but it's around 7 to 10 touches that somebody needs with a business, with a brand, before they will buy anything from them. And like Sean said, the higher ticket it is, it's probably more. And so you have a really good opportunity to get a lot more clients and to build that know, like, and trust with more people when you allow them to be nurtured. And it's generally going to be through email. Facebook or social media is secondary to that. I think there's a place for it. I think it's super important. Again, you're going against cat videos and politics right now, and it's kind of hard to break through all of that stuff. But your email is a little bit more sacred, and so as long as you are giving good information and you're not necessarily being sell. I know I've talked about like the Halloween store that did like 2 emails a day until I finally was like, I have to unsubscribe because I'm not going to buy right now. You don't be that. Be, once a week, once every other week. I would say once a month is not enough. I think you need to be in touch with them a little bit more. Otherwise, they're going to be like, who the heck is this? Or why am I getting this? Like, if you can continue to build that relationship over time, you're going to have a lot more people buying from you.